Pick a limb, settle in, let the story begin. Make yourself home while we wander and roam. We stay on one branch or we leap to the next, following the trail through the simple and complex. Just father and son, having some fun. Follow the trail, see where it leads. A little wonder is all that you need. Chasing the light on a squirrely ride.
Welcome to Squirrel Trails.
Hi there. Hope you've enjoyed the music.
Yeah. It was tough picking one. I think we like it. Well, you like it. I like it.
You don't want to know how many versions I listened to.
You don't know how many versions I listened to. So it was tough. It was, and again, using AI to write it.
Okay. So be really clear. You didn't write the music yourself?
No, I wrote the lyrics.
You wrote the lyrics?
I wrote the lyrics.
Okay.
But the music, I didn't do.
Okay.
Gemini did. And
you didn't drag out your bass clarinet?
No, I didn't bring out the clarinet, the piano, the clarinet, the bass clarinet, the clarinet, the trombone, all the instruments I can play, or Abby's flute.
No, you can't play that.
No, the flute. I can't. No. But yeah, no, I didn't know. I didn't know. The hard part is that I don't like music. I mean, I love music, kind of. I like weird music.
There's something to be said for a psychological analysis of why you like weird music.
Yeah. So, I'd rather listen to talk radio than music. 100%. Yeah. So it's hard to get the style, and so yeah, it's just kind of, again, if it would be me, it'd be Celtic music, or like.
So you do like music?
Yeah, I mean, Celtic music is awesome. I love Celtic music.
You grew up listening to Celtic music.
Yes. Yep.
Because that's kind of, I mean, Celtic music and folk music is kind of everything that was in my car.
Yep.
All the time. We should probably get the point, but whenever he played hockey in elementary and high school, and every time we went someplace, folk music and Celtic music was on the radio, so He got inundated.
Yeah, that and a bottle of Surge and two sticks of beef jerky.
For every meal.
Before every game. Yeah. So how was your week?
A little exciting. I'm losing my instructor at Taekwondo.
Oh, what happened?
He is moving to another school, which is good for him.
Good for him. Yep.
You're
not going with him?
It's in Iowa, so no.
You're not going with him?
So he is.
It's only a little longer drive.
So the school I'm in is a part of 4 schools. They have one school in Cedar Rapids that has closing on 400 students. So it's gotten to a point to where they probably need to break it up.
Yep.
And so he's going to go down there, do some work with them, and probably stand up another school in that area.
Important? That's a big gym.
That's a very big area. They have a reasonably sized space, but it's packed.
Yeah,
and
I mean, that's a.
I don't know how you do it because when you
like a school volleyball.
Yeah, it's be the size. I mean, it's
whole gym for at a school.
Yeah. And you start doing Taekwondo is bad, but you start doing it with like weapons, with the bow staff or sword, and you cover a lot of space.
Yeah.
That gets exciting. I mean, even in the studio I'm at, with the small number of students that we have, you start moving a sword around, and you got to be a little careful of who's where.
Yeah, I mean, you had that one girl that was really good that left last year. It was doing the sword form, and she was from one side of the building to the other side
of the building. Yeah, because that's kind of the way that form goes.
Yeah.
So it's huge.
Yeah.
So that's good. Good for him. He needs development. He's a young man. It'll be great for him.
Yep.
I think I'm getting the instructor that we're going to be getting is going to be exciting for me.
Okay. In a good way or bad? We use that term loosely.
So she's a 3rd degree black belt.
Okay.
And she believes that I can do more.
We all do.
Yes, and so she is. I may have been able to slide a bit with the current instructor, and she will not let me slide.
Okay.
I turned to her mom, who's also in Taekwondo, and I said, if she's the instructor, I'm not going to get by with anything. And she says, oh no, it's get better or die.
Yeah.
You know, Foreign Legion, march or die. For me, it's going to be get better or die.
Yeah.
So
Well, don't do the last part because then I got to do train up by myself.
yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, you used to talk to yourself a lot. Not
anymore.
So it's going to be a good thing for them. It's a good thing for her as well to be standing up and getting that spot. Change is always challenging for folks because you develop a relationship with your instructor.
Oh yeah, sure. That's
So it's going to be fun. I did have a private class with him on Saturday.
Okay.
That was a lot of fun. He picked apart my traditional form because he's never really looked at it hard because it's because he's had a lot of other students and I'm a black belt. I should be able to figure this out.
Yeah.
There's about 6 moves I did not have anywhere close to me. Yes, they were okay. They probably would have passed the test, but for competition, because I'm getting ready for districts, and then I will qualify for world for some of these things.
Okay.
So I need to get this down to be able to qualify, to be able to compete at worlds.
Yeah, because you won't be the only one in the ring this time.
I will not be the only one in the rings this time. So it's good, and it's good development. So a little exciting, but it's good.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was fun. So I saw that you passed 2 tests in your welding.
Did so on Thursday
Yep.
and Friday. I took 2 different certifications, one for each day, for TIG.
You're going to have more certifications than I do.
Yeah, but mine are only 1 letter and 1 number.
Mine are 3 to 4, maybe 5 letters.
Yeah. So I'll get less of an alphabet than you, but more. I'll have more numbers than you, sure. 1 0 no.
Moving on. So you've been taking tests. You got certified in what?
So I got certified for the vertical TIG on a T-joint, and then overhead.
Okay. So at some point in time, we probably, not today, maybe, but we're going to want to walk through with people what are the differonces between TIG and you're moving on to MIG at some point in time.
MIG, yeah. So wire feed.
And that's not something that flies like a Russian jet.
No, wrong MIG. Yep. So that's in like 5 days, 5 school days.
Okay.
So next week, Wednesday or Thursday, I think we start.
Okay.
Which is the fun part, kind of, because now I have 2 more certifications that I want to get.
Okay.
Within the next 5 days.
Okay.
And this time it's on pipe. So I've been using plate.
Okay.
And the 2 that I'm working on now are open root and practicing for pipe.
Okay. And your goal is to get into the Boilermaker
Union. Yep.
So pipes are kind of important.
Pipe
things that are around.
Yep, things that are around. And those certifications will help me get in, so I can learn more with them and kind of get a lot of that training.
Yeah, because this is, like most jobs, you're going to come out of the school with the basic skill sets to do your job.
Yep.
And
more than basic, because I have certifications, but
certifications. I mean, I used to make the point and still do that in any school, whether it be college or technical training, you've learned enough to now know what you need to learn to actually do the job professionally.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's part of anything is that, and that's particularly true, at least in my mind in college, is that you don't come out of college knowing how to do what somebody's been in the field for 10 years to do.
Sure, yeah.
You now know enough to learn.
And there are some students that think that you're in school to become an expert.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
I'm trying to.
Even with a master's degree, that's not going to be the case.
No,
I have a master's. I'll tell you that.
You're about 10 times. 4 or 5 would be crap.
Yep.
Just part of the game.
Yep.
So you can't always be perfect.
Yep.
So yeah. But yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Cool. Sounds like fun.
So we're going to be talking about an event coming up that you're going to.
I am going to spend the next 2 days at a event here in the Twin Cities called Secure 360. Secure 360 is an annual event.
We're not sponsored.
No, we are not. Nobody gives us money for anything.
We're talking about it because it's something that we used to go to. You still are.
I still go. David's been.
Yep.
So it's the Upper Midwest Security Association that puts us on. It's and UMSA is made up of 4 or 5 different groups that are within the security, business continuity, physical security groups. They all do this. And it's a conference that covers all of those topics.
Sure.
2 days, and it's relatively inexpensive, which is the reason that a lot of people like to go to that, because security training's expensive.
Yes.
And getting continuing education is expensive unless you're just going to a course that's cheap and you're just filling out a number of hours. If you actually wanting to learn something, that takes a little bit of money.
Yeah.
In this case, it's there. In my case, I'm kind of cheating.
Okay.
So this is free for me to go because it's not that I'm speaking, but I am what's called moderating. I get to spend
You're getting paid.
Wednesday. I get paid, essentially.
Not paid.
Paid, but I get to go to the conference for free.
Yep.
Because I'm going to spend the day introducing instructors or speakers in one of the conference rooms all day tomorrow. And then on Thursday, today being Tuesday, on Thursday, the event, I can go to just whatever I want.
Okay.
So tomorrow, though, I have to sit in to the ones that I'm going to moderate, introduce them, because it's kind of bad if you introduce the instructor and then run out to go to something that's more interesting.
Sure.
You get yelled at when you do that.
Yeah.
And the lady that runs this knows me, and she will yell at me,
Yeah,
guaranteed.
Yeah, she definitely.
So why do most of the women I know yell at me?
That's what.
It just occurred to me. I have the
say
17-year-old
something?
instructor. I have
Nope. I'm just gonna say something, but I'm not going to. I'm married to, and she watches these.
Yes, okay, good point. As I tell people that I work with that are making presentations, remember your audience when you're talking.
Yes.
Think about remembering your audience. Yeah, we don't always do that here, but David just demonstrated the importance of doing that when the audience could be his wife.
Yes.
So one of the things that's going on for both days that I think is fascinating, we're going to spend some time talking about some of the things that could be fun.
There'll be a link down below going over all of the
it'll be a link to the conference.
Yep.
And what we'll do, you have to remind me this, is
Well, this
next
will go
year-
actually on after the event.
Oh, good point.
So this is down below. There'll be a list of what is or was there.
Yeah, what was there,
yep.
and I will ask David to remind me, because my memory is like Swiss cheese. Or in his case, I may ask his wife, because his memory isn't much better, that to in like January or February,
Get ahead of the schedule.
Get ahead of it. We'll talk about some of the stuff that's coming up, and we'll do a couple sessions on this, because this is fun, because we have a lot of people locally that speak to this as well, so that's fun. And we could actually talk about why it's important to get out and talk in front of people.
And maybe if I'm not going to school, we could actually do a live broadcast and actually
we
talk.
could actually talk to people.
We talked about doing that.
We should, yes, and I will guarantee that they would let us do that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Free advertising for an event?
100%.
They'll be all over it.
Right.
So
what kind of things are there? Just give us a broad kind of.
So there's, well, I may go, there are 11 or 12 sessions that involve artificial intelligence. So
Okay.
there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 sessions at a time
Okay.
that are going on, and there's 4 or 5 sessions during the course of a day. So do the math.
So you have 10 rooms, and each room
We'll have like
three
to
different.
5 different. Here again, I can count. I used to be an accountant. 1, 2, 3.
Used to be.
4,
Of course,
5. Yeah, good
maybe
point.
not.
5. So there'll be like 50 sessions
Okay, well, yeah.
that are going on.
Okay.
And these are really cool sessions.
Yeah.
There are. Well, I think they're cool, but there's very few
Depends on
things.
who you are.
Yeah. There's very few topics I don't find interesting. But we cover things like artificial intelligence. There's going to be 11 things that talk to artificial intelligence, typically around information security.
Okay.
Could be around governance components.
Okay.
Actually could be implications on physical security. Because, and there are a couple, 3 sessions on physical security. Physical security is making a comeback for these kinds of things.
I love physical security.
Locks and that kind of stuff. And we are going to talk about locks a little bit later.
Yep.
Business continuity. There are 4 or 5 sessions on business continuity, actually more than that. But a lot of emphasis right now on building programs to be able to respond to events.
Okay.
Because there's been a lot of events recently.
Like this?
Security events,
Okay.
security or disaster events.
Okay, wrong events.
Yeah, wrong events.
Not these events.
Not speaking events, unless it's the CISO telling the board why he screwed up or she screwed up.
Sure. That would make a plain words.
Yes.
Sorry, throw you off.
Yeah, you did. So, good skill set. All right, let me hit the right branch again. So, so there are, so building programs that are more resilient, so you can actually deal with things, because we've had data breaches and other things. We had a drone attack on an AWS data center in the Middle East, which impacted people in Europe and other places.
Yeah.
So, when somebody bombs your data center, bad things happen.
Is that one of those things you got to plan for?
Technically, you should. It is one of those things that we do, or at least I used to do when we do risk assessments for data center, is what's the likelihood of this data center is going to get attacked? The classical thing was, how close is the data center to the San Andreas Fault?
Okay.
I lived in Arizona at the time, so that was one of the metrics we'd say is the example. Don't build a data center on a major fault line.
Sure.
Corey's case we made, don't build a data center where people are going to be shooting at each other.
Well, nowadays
That's almost any
Anywhere.
place. Good point. Yeah, good point. All right. So, okay, so that's that become background risk, I guess, maybe. So, but one of the cool things at this one is lockpicking.
Yes.
Each day they have an all-day demo, and I think they will actually do some teaching on lockpicking. Were you aware that you can own lockpicks?
So I thought you could. I thought it was illegal to, I thought there were. At least what TV showed me, you can't actually own lockpicks unless you're like a lockpicks. That's your job.
Nope. In most states, all except 3 or 4 states, you can absolutely own lockpicks.
Yep.
Because the key is it's intent that matters, and there are actually people that have lockpicking events, where they've set out a series of locks.
Sure.
And it becomes a contest to see how quickly people can pick that lock. So it becomes a recreational activity. It's a sporting event.
So those are legal to have then?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Does it, so are those, that's physical locks.
That's physical, yeah, good
what
point,
about,
physical locks.
Like hacking a card swipe and is that legal to have? Again, on intent. That'd be a different kind of.
Well, I can own hacking software. In fact, I do own hacking software.
Okay. So is
I can hack my house.
Yep.
I can hack your house if you've given me authorization.
So again, it's about intent.
It's about intent.
Okay.
And there are, good Lord, there are hundreds of events where you can actually hack as a part of a competition.
Well, so I knew that kind of stuff, but it just would seem like.
Oh, but that Secure 360 has one of those as well.
Ooh.
They have a day on bring your computer and come hack with us, essentially.
Okay.
Now, let me be really clear on this public service announcement. If you are using hacking software, you should and must, must only do this at something that you are authorized to have, that you have ownership for. And if you touch anything else, you need to have written, signed, and in your possession authorization to do that.
Do you have a story about someone that, I don't know if you can share this one. Is there a story that you can tell that someone may have went back and checked by accident or on purpose? I don't know if that would be.
No, we can't talk about that.
Okay.
I can there's a very famous event where a guy that, very famous security researcher, had done some work for, forgotten the name of the company now, it was in Seattle area as I remember, where they had done some security guidance. This may have been what you're talking about. They had done some actual consulting with them, with that company to actually get them better, and left them and felt like, maybe we should check that again. And he didn't have authorization to do that.
The second time.
The second time. He went back and just kind of like, I should check this. Ended up going to jail.
Because he had that authorization the first time.
He had authorization to do
just
that.
to see where they were at. If they were doing better.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No.
And there's a number of reasons to do that. One, you can't just go hacking to see what you can find.
Unless, so what about, so not to get on a whole tangent, we're probably going to. So what about a bounty?
That's different, kind of. So what you're doing with a bounty is you're investigating a piece of software.
It's the same thing.
Yes and no. You are looking at the software to see it's there, and you're going to get some authorization to do that.
Okay, so you have to get you got to get authorization to go after the bounty.
Yeah, I'm actually needing to. Let's save that before I get bad data on that. I want to actually do that. Key is though, if you find it, you report it.
Sure, yeah.
That's the real key. If you find it and then use it, not so much.
Not so much. Okay.
Well, it's called ransomware, maybe.
I think we did a story. Two kids did it at a casino.
Oh yeah,
and that
didn't go well.
That didn't go well for them.
That did not go well.
Yeah.
And the casino is one of the last places I would do this at because they don't necessarily.
They have all the money.
Yeah. They also have all the big guys.
Sure. Yeah.
So, rolling this back because we just wandered all over the place. Again, don't hack unless you're authorized. Make sure you have that documentation to do that. And if you get busted, you never heard this from here.
Yeah.
I do think it's important if you're going to be a security professional, and I would include that in physical security.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I just about went to jail in India this way.
I love physical security. That and using my words to get around
social engineering.
It's kind of
that's kind of your thing. But you were a PI.
Sure. Yeah, I was.
You may not have.
As a PI, you're not supposed to talk to the people. Okay. I did it as a truck driver though.
Yes.
So I was getting to places where I shouldn't be.
Then you were letting them know, hey, I shouldn't actually be here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you were doing that, but you could have gotten in trouble for some of that.
I did. Got in a lot of trouble doing that. But
most people would learn from this experience.
No, but see, it was more of like, well, then put up sign. I mean, if you lock the door, don't have it opened by a crack so your guys that are smoking can take a smoke break.
All right, so let's do this, or we could spend all time talking about this, and I have.
Again, that's why we started the channel, to talk about it.
So one of the ones that I found was interesting was risk. You keep using that word. Why tech leaders still don't get it. What does the word risk mean?
So the word risk means, I'll define it as the likelihood, so an event happening.
Okay.
And how important or not important is that event happened?
Right. Classic definition is what's the likelihood times the impact.
Sure. Yep.
And then that gets you what is the actual risk, and that's cool. Except when we talk to leadership about that, they kind of go to, well, how severe is the event? How important is it? Am I going to get in trouble with this? So it's a very different measurement in many ways to do this. And we talked, I think, did we talk about goal framing theory?
Not on here.
Okay. At some point in time we'll talk about goal framing theory, but the important is goal framing theory is all about remembering where some people are at and what's important to them. Are they driven based upon, I want to get more money? Are they driven on, hey, I want to make sure I do what's right?
Sure.
Or am I going to get in trouble?
Yep.
Kind of the three triangles to goal, the primary goals, and people will shift, and you fit somewhere within a relationship on that. If you're in executive management, you have a different goal frame than somebody that is in mid-level management.
Sure.
And that matters. So when you use a word like risk, which could mean a lot of different things, and does, there are you may be using the word because it's a way that is meaningful for you in your job.
Sure. Okay.
But isn't meaningful for them because they may be saying, well, what's the risk that I'm going to get in trouble?
Sure. Yep.
Versus I'm going to have a data breach.
Or a financial risk.
Or a financial risk. And so all those things matter. But that'll be a great conversation. Yep. One of the biggest failures we've got in information security is we all use words differently. I, as an auditor, use the word comfort. I have a level of comfort on something.
Sure.
Okay, that means I kind of think this is okay, but what does comfort mean to you?
Relaxed.
I'm warm and I'm cozy and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
It's like the word fun.
yeah. Yeah, I misuse that word a lot.
You and I both misuse.
Okay, so risk is one of those things that they're going to be talking about. This one I thought was going to be really good on proving cybersecurity resilience, measuring outcomes, not effort. In many jobs, and cybersecurity is one of them, how much time and money do we spend on this is how we measure success. As opposed to, how are we measuring outcomes? Have we had actual breaches? Have we resolved items within a time period? How do you measure what you are doing, what you've done? Is it working as opposed to I am active?
Isn't that kind of a risk tolerance?
Risk tolerance, yeah. I mean, risk tolerance is how much I care about something, if you would, how much risk I'm willing to have. Boy, we'd have a whole conversation on risk appetite versus risk tolerance. But
yeah. What is one of the topics I love to talk about?
because it's really important. Because if you haven't defined risk tolerance, you may be. I used to make a point when writing controls. What's my acceptable error rate?
Yeah.
Acceptable error rate is a form of risk tolerance.
Yep.
And that's kind of important. But in this case, they're saying, how am I measuring the outcome for this? And that would be a fun one. Here's the downside. That's going on in a room where I'm going to be moderating in another room.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to be able to listen to this, but we're not going to talk about it.
And I'll be in school, so I can't go to that.
You can't listen to it either, so such is life.
We could have something recorded for you.
I could. Actually, they do. One of the benefits of this is typically slides. The speaker on this one is, I should pay attention to that, is Drew Galinas. So if you go to the website, and again, we're going to post the website.
We'll post everything, yep.
I will guarantee that, especially because this is done by a sponsor.
Oh, yep, it is.
If you reach out to them, they will give you more data than you ever wanted to know. So that'd be a good one. Identity access management, 4.0. What does 4.0 mean?
4.0. It's not
Is that the fourth version of identity?
It's also not a certification. No.
So, and it's just, in this case, identity and access in this speaker's mind has changed over time as we get more advanced in technologies. But the reality is, we should always be asking, who has access to what? Yeah, so, and again, this is one of the things I keep yelling at people about, and I do actually yell on this topic. I don't yell often, this is one. You have to know what you have in the way of your assets, what do you have, and who has access to it.
Especially now with AI.
Yeah,
because we just did a story a couple weeks ago that, how AI actually had access where it shouldn't have had access.
Yep, and then it ended up breaking something. There's another one that I want to hear, but whatever.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it later. The conversation this was actually on one of the AI tools called Jarvis. What did my AI do? So this was one of those things that comes in like, in the case that we looked at, they actually interviewed the AI. The guy that was dealing with asked the AI, what'd you do? Why did you do this? And AI was kind enough to give him all the answers.
Yep.
But the reality is, when AI is performing something, do you really know
what's going on?
Or is this the new black box?
Sure.
My field got as an IT auditor, EDP auditor, back, I started as an EDP auditor. That was a very long time ago.
Okay.
It got started because financial auditors and operational auditors didn't understand what was going on in computers, so it was called a black box. Is AI the new black box? Do we actually know what the AI is doing when we're doing this?
No, we don't.
So that becomes...
What about this one up top?
Fortress, framework for organized red team and threat response evaluation for security and safeguard. This one I really like. It's being done by Bradley Ammerman. Again, something I would like to go see is that he is building an actual integrating physical security, data security into his safeguard. So he's actually, instead of siloing what's there, he's actually saying we want to make sure that we have an organized, and it's in the thing, organized red team and threat response evaluation. How do I build that whole topic?
Okay.
And that's
kind of cool.
That'd be a big conversation with that one. The AI. Nope, another one. AI.
More
Another
AI.
one of those. Yeah, I got lost from where I'm at. So one of the big ones that I saw that I actually am going to be. I'll actually be covering this one. Be moderating for this one. Is on how do we make sure that software is secure. Now, how important is that? It gets into a zero trust thing related to software. How many items do you have at home that aren't computers that are computers?
So let's see, the washer, the dryer,
Yep.
the fridge, my TVs. I mean, TVs would be
Yeah, because they're smart TVs.
It's smart
You
TVs. so
have
they're
smart
computers,
TVs.
but you're talking about what's not a smart TV. So you're talking like my lawnmower is now a smart device.
Yeah, it's a smart device. So it can reach out to the internet.
It's got Bluetooth.
Okay, so it's got Bluetooth. So
My riding lawnmower has Bluetooth.
Yuki.
Yeah, I have an app for my riding lawnmower.
Does that mean you can drive it?
No, not that one. I didn't go that far.
Okay.
But I can monitor the activity on it.
Okay.
But yeah, so the microwave. A lot of we don't have any anymore. But the coffee machine.
So how secure is all that software?
From what I know, not very.
Yeah, so this comes into the question is, how do we ensure that all the systems that we have are designed to be secure? Should security be a basic expectation of anything that we buy? Should it be safe when you get software? Which is the device that you buy or the software you buy for that, should it be safe? See, back in the early 60s, we had this problem with cars.
Okay.
How safe were cars? We had the classic one that was driving around and had an accident, would literally break in half.
Oh,
Yeah, behind the front seat.
Wow.
So people ended up on the floor. Or the classic Pinto. So if you rear-ended a Pinto, it had a reasonably decent expectation to go up in flames. Fireworks are
Nice.
cool, but not when there's people in the car.
no.
Yeah, so that was one of the things. So should we have that same expectation of safety and security software?
Yeah, this is one of those things. We should definitely should.
Yep.
The issue is comfort, like ease of use.
Ease of use.
Ease of use. You have that boundary line of if it's more secure, it's usually not so easy to use.
Can be.
So that's kind of that fine line.
That's one of those things to talk about is you have to balance that, but you also have to balance, where you're putting it. So
Who's monitoring it?
Who's monitoring
Who
it?
has access?
Is your refrigerator sending your data to someplace that's not secure? Is your
What's in my refrigerator? Should that information be secure?
right?
It should. Again, and then why? So,
Yeah.
some of this is what information about me should be protected versus what isn't.
Or does China already have it all?
Yeah. Does Amazon know how many times I
Yeah.
do my laundry?
Yeah, I don't want to get sued by Amazon. We're not going to go there. So, given that I have Amazon devices at the
I
house,
have two.
otherwise known as I have wiretaps in my house listening to it.
Yeah.
So, but it's a design, and should there be liability associated to that if that's not maintained? Because would you even know if that got breached?
Yeah.
So that's one. The last
If
one.
it does everything to reach out to you.
Yeah. The last one I really wanted to go to, and I may actually be able to do that, is on a particular compliance report, so what's called a SOC 2.
Okay. Yep. It's not true.
And one of the items, and it's true about any of these security reports, we spend a lot of time and effort and money on these things. Does anybody actually read them?
Well,
No.
I probably would.
Yeah, you probably would, but you read terms of service agreements. So
Yes.
yeah, I've dropped you on your head when you were younger.
Yeah, hockey pucks. Hockey pucks.
Couldn't get you to read school books, but yes, terms of service, I don't get it.
The legal wording is so interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
It's yeah.
Okay, well, we won't even go there. And I don't disagree with you, but career choices.
Yes.
So, yes, the legal wording is so exciting, I'm going to go weld.
100%.
So, my head
Risk
hurts,
management.
folks. My head hurts. But, I mean, it's one of the things that I used to do when I would, because I would read these when they would come in, when I'd get them from third parties, is that I would actually look for them, because I had a list of things that I would expect to see covered in the control sets.
Okay, yeah.
And then I would actually read them and say, did they cover that? And if they didn't, I figured there was a reason they didn't want to talk about it.
Sure. Okay.
Call me a cynic.
Now you can have AI. Hey, look for these terms.
And that's exactly where I was going to go next.
Oh, okay.
That'll be the last one we talk about, because I think we're over time already. One of the sessions is on how to use AI to do exactly that and actually look for stuff that matters in your third-party risk management.
So are you going to make sure that the AI is not just pleasing you and putting in stuff in there that's not there, but just because, hey, that's what I'm looking for, it must be there?
Human in the middle is the current concept we keep talking about. We used to call it man in the middle, but that was a very different thing now that I think about it.
Well, human is a better way of...
Yes, but in this case, we're actually using AI to do that. Wow, I mean, I had a conversation with a guy last night where your daughter was over at archery.
Okay, yep.
And so she was talking to, she had there's this 5th grader and a 7th grader there, two girls. She was making friends. Cool,
Yep.
we like that.
Yep, definitely.
They were talking, girls talking, I didn't want to know what they were talking about. Nope, not paying any attention.
100%.
But I was talking to the dad,
Yep.
who works in process engineering,
Okay.
process automation, and we started talking about AI and and some of the challenges and where he's had to go in and fix things because people tried to do things with AI that didn't work on processing manufacturing floors.
Yeah.
And so if you screw it up on a manufacturing floor, it gets expensive.
Oh, yeah.
So, and the other side is that as when they were writing the prompts and that kind of stuff, they couldn't get any documentation, so they couldn't actually figure out what was being done. So that was So we had a number of situations. Again, black box impacts you, not just you know what it's doing, but if you have to try to replicate it to get it right, can you actually do that? So to that point, there's a lot of cool stuff at this. I typically go to one of these things and say, can I come away with 3 things that I can apply?
Sure.
There's 50 sessions. I'm going to get through 10 of them. Can I get 3 that I could apply and one that I know I'm going to, and one that I actually implement?
Yeah.
If that's the case, it's been a successful week for me.
Definitely.
And that's how I measure these things.
Okay.
I get the continuing credit units, but for me, it's all about learning cool stuff.
Yep.
And then being able to apply cool stuff.
Definitely.
And that's a fun thing. And it meets my kind of wandering all over the place because it's all the topics
all
in the
the
world,
topics.
and I'm interested in every single one of these.
100%.
And so I can sit into any one of these topics and have fun. So
Yeah, I mean, I think the last time we went, we had during lunch, we had, or not, it was during one of the conferences. We went, sat down, and then the guy next to me wanted the seat.
Yep.
And I said, he asked if anybody was sitting there. I said yes. No one was.
Nobody was.
Social engineering. Yep,
social
yep.
engineering. I didn't. Yes. Okay. So and no,
He was so
yes, there's
confused.
somebody sitting there. You just can't see them.
Yeah. Well, no. Yes, there is. You haven't sat down yet.
Oh, then he laughed. Oh, ow! I didn't even get that joke. Okay, I'm tired. It's been a long day. We should let these people go.
100%. So, thank you for watching. Again, we'll have everything down below.
Yep.
And then if you go to the event, let us know what you liked.
If you've been to the event,
you're
because you're going to see this next after the event.
Yep. So after you've gone, if you were there, comment down below.
Or if you see something if you go to the agenda and see what's there, I can probably get you some material on it.
100%.
I'll reach out to anybody I'll reach out to the speaker. If you find something, I'll reach out to them. I have lots of initials behind my name, so people will definitely respond to me.
We'll put in a good word.
Yep, and so we'll do that. I will also maybe do something really short on some of the sessions I went to that I found interesting.
Okay.
Some of the speakers in these things are a hoot.
Yeah.
Some of them are as dry as I am, mind you, but some of these speakers are really a hoot. So, all right.
Perfect. With that, thank you for watching and happy trails.
Take care, folks.